Hey guys, this is Jamie. I'm sorry for being ill, but it happens. So I'm sorry if my throat is a bit more raspy today, but I do have a fun video, which is we're gonna be analyzing Dmitry Medvedev's prediction tweets for this year. I found them honestly very hilarious. And I've seen a lot of sort of unhinged opinions which go around the internet, and obviously there's a lot of political Russian people or Ukrainians, obviously from every side. There's a bunch of really, really interesting opinions, morons, factually, and everything possible in between. But when it comes to Medvedev, I was really surprised to see his takes. I mean, it's not that surprising, it's just that kind of without a war context, I still kind of remember him as the dancing president. I understand that I recently learned that pretty much every Russian president has a dancing sort of past, like Yeltsin, Medvedev. Putin just played the piano from what I'm aware of. But anyway, um, I guess to me it feels even funnier because I never expected him to fall into such a deep end, but then here we are with the war, so you know, happens. So I will be analyzing every single one of his 10 predictions, and I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. So the first prediction was that oil price will rise to $150 a barrel, and gas price will top $5,000 per 1,000 cubic meters. So first of all, I want to say that this is just absolute nonsense. I am not very well versed in the topic of oil, but I do want to say that even from my limited knowledge, I understand that this is pretty much like someone who doesn't know what they're talking about, and all you need to do is look at proper predictions. And he's pretty much just trying to bait people into saying, haha, Europe will have to pay us and we will get infinitely rich or whatever. So the second prediction is unhinged. The UK will rejoin the European Union. First of all, I want to say how, why, and with what means. So, I don't know if he's been following UK politics at all, or if he's just, maybe he's on a wild mushroom trip. I don't know what's happening. So, I want to say that if you look at it from a very sort of critical perspective, I want to say, why would the Tories rejoin the EU? The Tories are in power. The Tories will be in power. And even if we look at Labour, Keir Starmer has openly stated that he does not plan to rejoin the EU. And this is what we're talking about, the position. And right now, the UK's in general stance is to sort of deal with the consequences of leaving the EU. So this one needed some sort of backing up, and he gave none. It's just like a state, and I understand that it's quite popular among like Russian analysts and etc. to say certain things like this is gonna happen, this country will merge, and for some reason I've heard of the weirdest mergers ever, like always from Russian politicians and analysts. Regardless, let's move forward because he does never disappoint in this list further. The EU will collapse after the UK's return. Euro will drop out of use as the former EU currency. He does not specify what's the next euro currency. I really want to know. Like, what's the next name? Like, he should have, like, teased us. Like, it's gonna be Gayropa coins. I don't know. I want to know. He doesn't tell us. So it's really annoying. But on a serious note, the UK's return is not gonna happen. Second of all, why would it collapse? There's no evidence to that. So even if we were to entertain the UK going back, I don't think there would be a collapse. Like, I just literally cannot see it. And specifically, right now when you're discussing, for instance, like certain things like a veto being invalid, it makes it even more insane that something like this might happen. I don't know. I just don't understand the whole point of this one, and the currency kind of got to me as well about euro collapsing, and why would euro price within the currency? But you know, okay. Poland and Hungary will occupy western regions of the formerly existing Ukraine. I love this one. This one is like typical textbook. It's literally, he went to a textbook, he looked at a geographical map of like previous centuries, and he was like, huh, these regions were once Poland's. What if Poland invades Ukraine? That sounds really good. I'm sure no one thought of it, despite the fact that there's probably numerous videos on different conspiracies of Poland attacking Ukraine. Probably since the dawn of time of YouTube at this point. So I was really surprised about that one. And Hungary. And I was also thinking, like, what about Belarusia? I don't know, what. Let's have Belarusia attack as well. So obviously he's going from the assumption that it's only going to be Europe attacking Ukraine. And I do want to remind him that if they're the ones who are protecting Ukraine, in his opinion, and, you know, they're fighting Europe and the US, why would Poland go against all of this with Hungary to take lands and claim them back as theirs? Is he saying that he admits that Russia will lose everything, but they will gain the oil? But we should focus on the money. The oil is the money. Okay. So, next one. The Fourth Reich will be created, encompassing the territory of Germany and its satellites, Poland, the Baltic states, Czechia, Slovakia, the Kiev Republic, and other outcasts. I like the Kiev Republic one. It also reminds me of Kievska Rus. So again, I see he decided to go for history and was like, you know what? I'm just gonna show people that I know my history. So maybe that's why. So I wanted to say, or maybe because everything else got butchered out by Hungary and Poland, he's thinking that the Kiev Republic is what remains? I don't know. I really wish we had some sort of more explanations on certain of these. Now, the Fourth Reich. Oh boy, where do we even start here? I really want to know who's the head of this Fourth Reich. So it's gonna be Germany and its satellites, Poland, Baltic states, Czechia, Slovakia, and the Kiev Republic. Like, who's gonna be the leader? Is it a democracy? Is it a monarchy? What's gonna happen? I really don't know. So a lot of sort of lore about this, I can, like, if we still had, like, bronies around, I'm sure someone would have done some fanfic, which would be absolutely batshit, like with ponies saying the Fourth Reich. And I don't know if anyone remembers, but there was a massive sort of influx of Nazi ponies on DeviantArt and every possible place you could find bronies. So yeah, I found this one completely unhinged. I feel like it speaks for itself. So, probably the next one's my favorite one. War will break out between France and the Fourth Reich. Europe will be divided. Poland repartitioned in the process. But Poland just gained! Poland gains the territory. What happened? Why is Poland getting split again? Okay, so let's quickly address Poland first. So, why was Poland split if it just gained territories? Isn't Poland like sort of on like its winning streak in this lottery? I don't get it. So we have that. Then we have war will break out between France and the Fourth Reich. I really want to know what's the deal between France and Germany. Like, what are they fighting for? Like, Europe is divided. Okay, fine. So, I want to know what happens to Spain, Portugal. Okay, so let's see what else. We have, like, the Netherlands, Belgium, Denmark, Scandinavia, which are not in the Fourth Reich. Switzerland, like, a lot of other small countries. Why are they all fighting France? What did the French do? I mean, I understand that Macron isn't exactly a very good president, and he's not, and I'm pretty sure that not only the French people think that, but I still want to know, why would it break out with the Fourth Reich? What's happening? Interesting. Northern Ireland will separate from the UK and join the Republic of Ireland. This one is probably the only one which I'd say, well, maybe. I mean, they do want to go for independence, and in this case, he could have also mentioned something like Scotland might get its independence. But at the same time, but the UK is also part of the EU, so they all join the EU together? I don't know. This is really unhinged. Okay. Civil war will break out in the US, California, and Texas becoming independent states as a result. Texas and Mexico will form an allied state. I really need to give a pause here. Can you imagine Texas and Mexico merging? Like, I don't think Ted Cruz will ever allow that. And this is like a whole bullet point about the US. He figured, big country, big point. So, in the beginning, civil war will break out in the US, California and Texas, and becoming independent states as a result. Okay, so there is some lore that California and Texas want to become independent. Okay, fine. He bit that bait. But, and also civil war, this is sort of such a boomer take. Because I've heard, like, really weird sort of conspiracy theorists who are sort of like kooky near the QAnon will say that civil war will break out, and specifically just because of Black Lives Matter, and it still confuses me to this day why people think that. But sure, civil war will break out. I mean, if the war does break out, why would California and Texas become independent states? Like, how does one lead to another? After that, Elon Musk will win the presidential election in a number of states, which after the civil war's end, will have been given to the GOP, sorry. Okay, so, Elon Musk will win the presidential election. But, would he run as an independent? Will he run as a Democrat? Will he run as a Republican? What about Trump? What about our Jesus son, or whatever Trump is these days, and dies of many people? So, okay, I guess the Elon Musk president one isn't too outrageous for once, because, like, all these kooky people these days are really thinking after Trump became president that they can do it. I mean, look at Zelensky. Anyway, all the largest stock markets and financial activity will leave the US and Europe and move to Asia. Yeah, we've heard it. We've heard the China scare. We've heard it all. Everything's moving to Asia, and Asia's the future. You can hear it from every fucking conspiracy. You can hear it from everywhere. Work. I don't know. What should I say to this? The Bretton Woods system of monetary management will collapse, leading to the IMF and World Bank crash. Okay. Euro and dollar were still circulating as the global reserve currencies. Digital flat currencies will be actively used instead. See, this is what I was wondering. Like, back then when he mentioned the oil in the first point, I was like, where's the crypto? Is he a crypto bro? Is he gonna sell NFTs? So all of these things make me feel like someone just told him, maybe like Logan Paul or something. He was like, buy my dino egg or zoo thing, whatever the fuck that was. And he was like, absolutely, this is where the world is going. Doesn't matter that it's by an American and by someone who I will not trust. I do believe in cryptocurrency. So this really feels like I was reading some sort of advertisement for cryptocurrency, specifically when it came to the oil as well. And to wrap it all, he said, season greetings to you all Anglo-Saxon friends and their happily oinking piglets. I could only think of Trent Reznor at that point. So I was just like, hey pig. And I was like, okay, well, yeah, he called us out, you know? Fair? So yeah, so pretty much that was all the unhinged things that he said, tweeted, decided to enlighten us with. This is a bit, obviously, this was a bit different from my usual videos. I want to dabble a bit more into politics these days. And I just thought that I actually haven't seen anyone discuss it, and I've been like laughing ever since this was posted. And in general, I do feel like there's a lot of really weird conspiracy theories out there, or beliefs. And obviously, a lot of them do sort of show up in the media, Western media, and people take them as granted. And I really do hope that people understands that this is really unhinged. So yeah. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe. Please leave a like, leave a comment, leave whatever you want. You're free to go now. Thank you very much.